And, especially since it's your birthday, what words of wisdom do you have for everybody?
Don't give up, no matter how hard it gets. Whatever you choose to be in life, be that. But make sure you're good at being what you want to be. People are going to try to knock you down. Just don't ever fall, because that's where they want to see you. Only the strong survive. If you have what they call so-called friends, a good friend gonna stick behind you whether you're doing good or whether you're doing bad.
Tell them.
There's always gonna be someone that's not gonna want to see you achieve. Let them talk. When they stop talking is when you start worrying. So whatever it is in life that you want to be, you just show the world you have arrived and you be the best person that you can be. We can't stop people from disliking us. We can't make someone like us. We're not here for that. As long as we're fulfilled with ourselves and who we are, that's the only thing that matters. Because at the end of the day, when you're doing good, everybody wants to be attracted to good. But when you're doing something bad, nobody wants to be bothered with you. At the end of it all you have is yourself. So just make sure you're the best you that you can be. And don't let anyone stop you, because they're going to come after you.
Because with visibility comes opportunities. Beautiful. Can I be seen? Beautiful. But can I do that in a way that feels honest to me? Everyone knows when they post something for the clout. Everyone. Your tummy should feel funny, right? What am I doing this? Because I want attention, but I do not want intention.
I was like, I'm going to just do what I need to do to be here, right? And one of the things I always say, and you guys could take this with you, I will always be taken care of wherever I go because I take care of wherever I go, right? And basically what that means is when you are showing up authentically as yourself, when you are putting your best foot forward, when you are just being you, you're going to be taken care of, okay? That doesn't mean that you don't have to put in work, but that does mean that you don't have to overwork and be somebody else that you're not.
You call me a hooker?
No. Oh, man. Guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Verb Brain Podcast, where the goal is to rise above it all, stay elevated, create that infinity, and what's the rest of it? Do you know it?
Take flight.
Up your you. That's the end of it. Yeah. So, guys,
I was half right.
it was perfect, because this is my brother, my best friend, and I was literally testing him to see if he knew what was up. But, guys, today is a very excited episode for so many reasons. First of all, the podcast turned 8 years old August 1st, and I think it's so cool because I remember the first episode that I did. My mom was on it. And if you guys have been following along, you know that the guests that I typically have on my podcast are very significant to me because they represent so many things. First of all, who they are in life and how they exist in the world means so much to me because of their character, their work ethic, just who they are in the world, but also what they mean to me. They're all hummingbirds in my life. And to still be here 8 years later and to be bringing one of the most important people to me onto this podcast, I think is a huge deal. So without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to my brother, my best friend, and the guy who does not know the full slogan of the podcast, Mr. Mitch Reyes. Guys, say what's up to Mitch. What's up, bro?
What's good?
How are you?
I'm well, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm taking flight.
Let's go.
You know?
Period.
Yes, but bro, I wanted to first say thank you for being here. Yeah, well, that's a complete sentence. But also, you know, I think what's so interesting, and I'll tell the world now, I think is so interesting about connections and friendships, which is what we talk about a lot, and also just like life and character. is what does it look like in real time to be in a space with another human existing, growing, learning, learning more about yourself and also learning more about the other person. And for you, you've had a very colorful journey in life, and like even who you are and what you do professionally has been huge. So you want to tell the world a little bit about like what you do, like how you move, where you from, what's your favorite color and favorite food?
Damn, heavy, deep questions.
Yep, exactly. We go deep.
My name's Mitch Reyes.
Yeah, you sure?
I'm damn sure.
Okay.
I grew up on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I currently live in Brisbane, Australia, which is our city.
Okay.
I am the brand photographer of LSKD in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite food?
Mm-hmm.
Mexican food,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Puros temas,
Period.
period.
Straight banger.
Straight banger.
Favorite color?
And my favorite color is purple.
Favorite color is purple. Ooh. Why purple? What does it represent?
It's a certain type of elegance to purple. Yeah. Like when you see like a rich, like the color of a deep eggplant, there's something about it.
Yeah, I mean, purple, funny enough, is the color of royalty,
There you go.
you know?
Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense.
Elegant, royal. Yeah.
You.
Exactly what I am.
Right. What was like your biggest, or what's your favorite movie of the year? Because we see a lot of movies.
Yes, sir.
So what's been your favorite?
Oh, that's a hard one. Well, there's two.
Okay.
It's Obsession and Backrooms.
Okay. What did you learn from Backrooms in comparison to what you learned about Obsession? Or what did you learn from Obsession?
I think they're in two different categories. I
Yes.
think the lessons are different. I think that the deep lesson comes from Backrooms, like the deeper.
Yes, sir.
And I think Obsessions is confronting
Okay. A social commentary?
yeah, social commentary.
Yeah.
So maybe I think now that I'm speaking it out loud, I think it would be Backrooms in
Backrooms.
terms of like,
Favorite?
oh, that's hard, man.
Okay.
Favorite movie?
Uh-huh.
Obsession.
Yeah.
Favorite lesson?
Backrooms.
Backrooms. That's probably a better way to
Okay,
put it.
that's dope. Okay. So guys, the reason, so I'll tell you a little lore about my friendship with my brother. Is, more often than not, I've talked on the podcast, you've seen my videos, you've seen my writing, and oftentimes I talk about the importance of like connection, right? Connection, commitment to your connections, intention behind your connections, consideration for your connections. And I think from a global standpoint, we hear a lot about what everybody wants. And we don't really see a lot about what other people are willing to do, right? How do we meet in the middle? How do we show up for one another? What does it look like to actually consider somebody? And, one of the things that my bro and I do, we live across the world, different time zones, and we make it a point to traditionally see the same movie on the same day. And we talk about it and we discuss it. And one of the reasons that is so important, because it's not just about the movie, but it's also about, hey, how much am I willing to inconvenience myself or be flexible to pour into my connections, right? Pour into my people. And, I think you and I, we talk about that often in terms of like, what does connection mean? What does it mean to show up in the world? What does it mean to be authentically yourself? what does it mean to be authentic to you, and what does connection mean to you if you had to define it in terms of like how you approach it and how you feel about it? Like what are those things represent for you?
I think being authentic means I think I've probably said this many times
Yes, sir.
over the past couple months, but yeah, life is an endurance sport,
Mm-hmm.
and those who can consistently make decisions that are honest
Mm-hmm.
win.
Mm-hmm.
And authenticity means ensuring that you yourself can always make decisions that are honest to you, no matter how inconvenient they are.
Come on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what authenticity means
Okay.
to me.
Okay. And what does connection mean to you? What does it mean to be connected to? Well, what does community mean? What does friendship mean? Like, what are those things register for you?
I think connection, community, friendship
Mm-hmm.
means, are you willing to be inconvenienced?
Mm-hmm.
That's a full sentence.
That's full
Are you willing
sentence.
to be inconvenienced?
Mm-hmm.
Because connections and relationships are built on inconvenience.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
how willing am I to be
Mhm.
inconvenienced by you to make space in my life, and vice versa?
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a piggyback on that. So when we talk about, because for you, you're a brand photographer, and I think, photography, and I think in life too, is like, a lot of times people see the final picture, the final art, but they don't understand what actually goes into creating that one piece.
Yes, sir.
And for you, historically, like, what does it mean for you to just like, I don't know, one, build yourself, right? Create the picture for yourself of what you want life to look like, but also in your work, like, what does it mean in your work to like have a clear image of what's important and what is not? Does that make sense? Like, what does it mean for you to, what does it mean for you to be a creator, not just of your work, but also of your life? Like, how much goes into that, you feel?
I think it comes back to the honesty thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is whether it's in my professional life
Mm-hmm.
or my interpersonal personal life, is you there's so many variables that pull you away from who you are.
Yes,
or
sir.
becoming more of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's my work
Mm-hmm.
or whether it's my work,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes, sir. Bars.
Is I'm constantly ensuring that the decisions that I'm making
Mm-hmm.
honest to me,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
And I think it's easy to say in practice,
Yep.
but to be able to execute in real time
Mm-hmm.
with reality
Mm-hmm.
surrounding you
Yes,
is
sir.
another story.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's in my work, I photograph athletes
Yeah.
for a living,
Mm-hmm.
is ensuring they have a safe place to be exactly who they are. So
Yes, sir.
when those circumstances are present,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be exactly who they are, and they're going to do exactly what feels honest to them.
Mm-hmm.
And my job is to capture that moment, that decisive moment,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I can't do that without there being honesty
Safety.
and safety
Mhm.
set up first.
Yes, sir.
And same thing with interpersonal relationships. There's no way I can build healthy relationships if I don't have a healthy relationship with myself, and that means that, do I know how to be honest? Do I know how to make honest decisions? Right. And a lot of those honest decisions come with inconvenience.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the most difficult thing. It sounds easy.
Yes, sir.
But when it doesn't benefit you, is when you really see what's
important.
What is important.
Yes, sir. That was a good answer, actually. That was thank you for being very thorough about that. Yeah, I think if there's something that we were also talking about, the concept of leadership, right? What does it mean for you to be a good leader in life, not just in a professional space, but what does it mean for you to be a good leader? Because for you, it's like you said, you're creating an environment where you are, you're creating a safe environment for your talent, right? For the people that you are working with, but also being a leader of your own pursuits in life, which you are, like, you're in the kitchen right now, even cooking and creating more spaces and more awareness and more importance, right, around like your culture, your background. Like, what does it mean for you to be a leader in life? Like, what is leadership? How do you define that for yourself?
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but it is like leadership is being a reference point for what it looks like to be honest, and the responsibility of that. I think, I think a lot of the time people confuse leadership with like who is the loudest.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I think when you walk in a room, the greatest leaders is you don't know who is the leader, right? When you're in a team, it's like you shouldn't know who the leader is, because my goal is not to control or manipulate.
Yes, sir.
My goal is to take care of.
Yeah.
And within my professional career, if I can set a space where my team feels safe, that's the most important to me.
Okay.
Because when people feel safe, they're going to thrive. They're going to be able to live up to their potential.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What does leadership look like for you in our friendship? That's a good one. How does leadership show up in our space?
Oof, it's a great question. It's a great question. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. How does leadership show up in our friendship?
In our friendship, leadership looks like both of us showing up scared.
I knew he was going to say that. This is why this is my brother.
And I think the reason why I say that is because typically when you connect to leadership, there's bravery.
Yes, sir.
Right? It is like, I must be brave to lead, but I think it's actually the opposite. To be able to lead, you must be scared. You must show up scared.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a really good answer. Yeah. I think, and again, thank you for sharing, because it's I think what's really cool about our bond, but also cool about you as an individual is, one of the things I've noticed about him and like being friends with him historically is just like, there's always a willingness to re-innovate, right? To create and to refine, right? To reflect, to stay curious. And I think for me, for the last 8 years, and one of the things I say to you all the time is like, being curious about my brother matters, right? Because it's like, the moment you stop being curious in your connections is the moment the connection just kind of, it erodes, right? Because I think a lot of times when we talk about consideration for other people, I think people think consideration is like, I made you dinner, right? Or I brought these flowers for you, or I wished you a happy birthday, right? And those things are very superficial. But when we talk about consideration, a lot of times when we apply it, we even had a conversation about like, well, what registers to you, right, that I may miss and vice versa, right? And leadership in that space looks like being someone who is willing to say, hey, I am willing to go back to the drawing board and look at all the notes that I've been taking or how I typically build things and see if I can build this a little bit differently now with the information that I have, right? One of the things you said about leadership is being brave. And bravery is not just about having a certain level of ferocity or, busting through the walls. Bravery is also about vulnerability, right? Am I willing to step into this space where I show a part of me that I may not typically show? I may say things that could run the risk of a relationship too, right? That could sever this relationship, but also could allow somebody the potential to have more insight or intimacy of me than what I would typically give, right? So, these are the conversations we naturally have, guys. So it's like, this isn't me putting him on the spot, I promise. The dude, man, is brilliant. And that's why I wanted to have you on here, because I think, if there's anything that this podcast has taught me is the importance of, again, showing up scared, not having the full picture all the time, and being open to surprises, and being open to learning so much about yourself in the process. In the last 8 years, what do you think has been the biggest lesson that you've learned, or the biggest in 8 years, right? What do you think has been the biggest, I don't want to say lesson, because that's not the word I'm looking for, but like, I think for me, I'll use me for an example. In the last 8 years, one of the things I've learned about myself is my expansion around creativity, how my mind works, but also I think one of the biggest things I've learned in 8 years is like also how relationships work and how they don't.
Yes, sir.
And I think if there's a big lesson in the last 8 years that I can take away from relationships is like, hey, doing the work does not mean to overfunction. Doing the work does not mean to think that you're always right, right? Doing the work does not mean that everything that you will give or provide in a relationship is what's needed. Doing the work also means that you stop doing. And I think historically that's been a big turning point for me of like, when you're an overachiever and you work your ass off too, is like, we don't know how not to work. And I think from a societal standpoint, that's almost like an expectation, right? Your worth is determined by how much you produce, how much you can create, how much you can showcase of a job well done. And when you're resting, it feels lazy, right? Or when you're resting, you feel insignificant. Or when you're resting, you feel like, hey, not as attractive, not good enough, not this, and insert. So I think the biggest lesson for me in these last 8 years is like, hey, sometimes when you're resting, you allow other things to find their place. Because I think also what I've noticed about me is like sometimes we're running interference in our relationships, right? You're willing to do so much that you kind of disrupt somebody's ability to do right, right? You disrupt somebody's responsibility to show up properly. You may not be asking for what you fully need because you're worrying about being rejected. And what does that become? We talk about that, death by 1,000 cuts, right? A lot of unspoken, loud needs are now minimized, and what happens, the relationship never has the communication or language that's necessary. So that's my whole spiel. What I learned in the last 8 years for me is like, sometimes my work requires me to clock out. Right?
Damn.
Yeah, so with you, what do you think has been a gem that you've learned about yourself in the last 8 years, or that's been like just a nice reminder of like, hey, boom. You can go as big or you go as small.
It's shit, where do you start?
Mm-hmm.
In the last 8 years. It's a great question. My mind is ticking through.
Yeah.
I'm buffering.
You're good. You're good. Please hold, guys.
Please hold.
Is that
Yeah.
red on your thing, by the way? Hopefully it is. If not, it's okay. I think it'll pick up on my.
Is it red?
Yeah. Hopefully, it's recording. Oh, yep. Perfect. We're good.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
Yeah.
I think something that I've learned in the past 8 years that's landed
Mm-hmm.
is what it actually means to, or what it requires
Mm-hmm.
to actually walk towards yourself, right?
Oh, tell me more.
You know, something that you said, which is a bar, is people spend their whole life
Mm-hmm.
trying to become someone else
Mm-hmm.
rather than becoming more of themselves.
Yes, sir.
And I love words because they're so powerful.
Yes, sir.
And I think we can get very excited
Mm-hmm.
when we hear bars like that.
Yes, sir.
But to implement it, to actually integrate it
Mm-hmm.
into your life,
Mm-hmm.
shit, no one tells you about the journey that that you go on
Yes, sir.
to do that.
Yes, sir.
And as I was mentioning before, there's so many variables in life that pull you away
Mm-hmm. From yourself.
from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many variables, right? You've got
Mm-hmm.
historical relationships, you've got historical experiences,
Yep.
you've got what it requires you to show up in all different spaces.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, adults don't make mistakes, they make decisions.
Say that one
And
more time. Hold on. We're not going to slide past that one. Say that again for the people.
Adults don't make mistakes, they make decisions. And I think if you can drive a car
Mm-hmm.
and order a beer
Mm-hmm.
or a wine,
Mm-hmm.
you're an adult.
Yes, sir.
And the compounding effect of making decisions that are dishonest,
Yes, sir.
the outcome of that is that you will naturally function in dishonest relationships and experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And the work that it requires for you to day in and day out become more of yourself
Mm-hmm.
is hard, it's painful, there's grief,
Yes, sir.
right? Because it will require you to do things that are inconvenient.
Yes, sir.
It might require you to leave relationships,
Yes, sir.
friendships,
Yes, sir.
right? All of relationships all in one,
Mm-hmm.
right? It might require you to, it will require all of you,
Yes, sir.
right?
Mhm.
And I think no one prepares you or no one speaks about the discomfort of walking towards yourself,
Yes, sir.
right? Because it's scary.
Yes, sir.
It's so scary.
Yes,
and
sir.
the majority of the time, you don't like what you see,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And when you do the thing with work,
Yeah.
the work,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the reason why people don't do it,
Yes.
right? Not
Yes.
only because it's uncomfortable, but because there's no gratification for you doing the work.
There
There's
it
no
is.
accolades.
Yep.
There's no
Yep.
praise,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
When we're set up in a society that we're looking for acknowledgement from outside of ourselves, why would I
Yes.
do it?
Yeah.
Why would I do it?
Yes, sir.
It doesn't benefit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't benefit me,
Yeah.
right? Well, this it doesn't benefit
me, right. Doesn't give me
It
that
doesn't
social currency.
right?
Yeah.
There's no social proof,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm.
and that is something that right there is in the past nearly 8 years, nearly decade, is understanding that for myself.
Yes, sir.
Is that for me personally? No matter what, and this is developed over time.
Yes, sir.
Is no matter what, no matter how hard, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how many tears I have to shed, no matter how much pain and grief or happiness I have to experience, to be able to understand the balance between the two.
Yes, sir.
That the payoff, right? If I desire healthy, functioning experiences,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
Friend, relationships,
Yes, sir.
work experiences, life experiences. You know, the standard quote is, you can only meet someone as far as they met themselves.
They met themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think people stop at a point.
Yeah.
People be like, I'm good here.
Yeah.
I'm straight. Because I don't want to go any further, because now I didn't realize how this benefits, like this growth benefits me here, so I'm going to stay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's the caveat.
Yes, sir.
Is that, that's the lesson, is like, I will always desire to walk towards myself, because the only way to experience healthy, functioning relationships is that I have to know myself.
Come on now. And like yourself.
And like myself.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
be okay with,
Yeah.
be okay with what I see
Yeah.
and what
Yeah.
I experience. Right? And that might not, 99.9% of the time, I don't like what I see because it requires me to do labor
Yep.
to be able to course correct that.
Yes, sir.
To be able to understand admission. Damn,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I move like that, or I make decisions like that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And to be like, the easy thing is like, no one knows. No one would ever know if I did something or not, if I course corrected or not, because no one sees the.
They don't see
They
it.
don't see it, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's the trap. It's like, I'll, backrooms is I'll just put it.
Yep.
I'll put it in a room back there, and then I don't know how to. I'm not going to go back for it anyway.
Yes, sir.
Right. Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In a long-winded way is the lesson that I've learned is the lesson of how important, the importance of becoming more of yourself.
Becoming more of yourself.
Right. And what that actually means, what that actually means.
Correct.
Right.
Because I think a lot of times we do, and thank you for doing that taking that journey, because I think everything you said is important, right? And it's like, to your point, most people stop at a certain point because now the cost of entry is higher. I have to budget a little bit differently, right? One of the things I always say is connection is currency. And I think a lot of times people think that, because I'm giving so much here, I'm pouring into this person, I'm checking in on, I'm being the strong friend, I'm being this thing, I'm the doing. That's not always the currency that's required for relationships, right? Sometimes the currency looks like, what does it look like for me to actually speak up and say, hey, lately I've been feeling a little bit taken for granted. I want to get your perspective. Or, hey, actually, I don't feel valued here, so I'm going to dip out. Or, hey, I realize I might have been doing things for you that I want done for me, so I haven't even been considering you in this relationship, right? It's like currency. Like, there's a difference between a penny, there's a difference between a quarter. The value changes, and a lot of times, even in our deepest relationships, our most intimate spaces, we only scratch the surface of what it means to participate with one another. And the irony of meeting yourself and valuing yourself is that you now have to be in relationship with yourself.
So.
And I think a lot of times globally, I feel like it's a two-faced approach in terms of how we are taught relationships. There's this concept of hyper-individuality, right? Where it's like, you don't need anyone, you shouldn't rely on anyone, boom, 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 boom. Like, that's the thing. And then there's this hyper codependency where it's like the only person you need is this one person. You guys are thick as thieves, whatever the case may be. This is how you get this person. And never does either voice talk about the importance of knowing exactly who you are, so you know who you are pursuing and why, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's from a professional standpoint, whether it's from a romantic standpoint, whether it's from a platonic standpoint, who are you pursuing? What do you value about this space? How do you contribute to the value in this space, right? Because a lot of times we meet the same lesson in different people, right? And sometimes the biggest lesson is, hey, do I like myself? Right? Wanting to be seen as the person with the least needs, the person who cares the least is the one that wins. Or, you know,
The person that cares the less.
yeah, the person that cares the least wins. And the funny thing is like, I think life has a way of checking us all on our chin at some point in time,
Period.
right? Because it's just because you didn't care about this person doesn't mean that you won't come across someone or something that you care deeply for and you will be hurt by, right? We all have our chin check moments where we get in the ring with something that will test our chin.
Yes, sir.
And in that moment is when we learn, well, how do I value? How do I take care of myself? Where is my value placed? Would I rather be liked more or be valued more? What does it all mean? So when you talk about meeting yourself, it's also that understanding of like, hey, who is meeting? Well, when I show up to other spaces, who are people meeting? Is it me or is it a version of me I hope that they like? You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's huge too, because it's like we are told to be likable, but we don't understand the importance of being invaluable, right? And when you understand that, I think the world has a different hue, no pun intended, but it's like the world in itself starts to have a different color on it, whereas like you don't become as bitter. The reason why is because you're not burdened from so many relationships that have been so destructive by your hands or another person. It's like, I now have discernment, right? I choose where I want to eat. And I can afford to dine at the finer places. The reason why is because I've budgeted differently, right? Trying to put quarters into a piggy bank that only has a hole for pennies will leave you disappointed. Why? Because I invested wrong. And then I villainize this other person for them not appreciating the quarters that I gave them versus being like, well, what was I demanding versus what was actually realistic here? And I think for us, you know, as men, obviously, in friendship, I think we talk a lot about friendship, and I talk a lot about friendship for this reason. What is important to you in friendship that, from a societal standpoint, doesn't even register, but for you as a guy, is like, this actually is important in my friendships?
That's an easy one.
Okay.
Consistency
Yes, sir.
in connection.
Okay.
Right. You know, we speak about this all the time.
Yes, sir.
You know, you mentioned, so, like, you put it so beautifully, is like we try to test the strength of our relationships as like a way to see if our friendships are strong.
Yeah.
I won't, like, if I don't see you or speak to you for a year and then we relink and nothing's changed. You hear this discourse all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the strength of our relationship, right? Because I haven't spoken to you
In
for
so
a whole
long.
year and so long, and nothing's ever
Nothing's
changed
changed. Yes.
when we reconnect.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, because like, why would you want a whole 12 months to go past if they were really important to you?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I think maybe being active and being an active participant
In each
in
other's
your
life.
friendships, and that looks very different. Like, frequency is very being active in frequency is very different.
Yes, sir.
Right? And consistency is very, there's clarity there.
Yes, sir.
But I think that's important. I think is for men, right? It's like, oh, now we good.
Yeah.
You know, we good. You
Yeah.
know, we good. We don't need to speak every day.
Yes, sir.
Right. We don't need to speak often.
Yes,
or we
sir.
don't need to speak regularly.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's very unkind. You know, I think it's you're saying is like, you know, you hear like, oh, life happens, or
Yes.
you know, I'm
Yeah.
busy, or like, yeah, I got work, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, whatever
sir.
the excuse is,
Yes, sir.
or the justification is. Yeah, I don't think it's a good litmus. It's sorry, it's not even a good. It's not a litmus test,
Yes, sir.
right? That's not a litmus test to see how strong your relationships are.
Yes, sir.
Right? Why would you even? You know, you will never risk what you value, right? So it's like,
Oof.
why would you do that?
Yes, sir.
Right? Why would you do that in the first place? Is like, would you not want to, if you valued your friends, why would you not want to be in
Their lives.
consistent participation with them?
Yes, sir.
Right. And something you said is like, I don't want to binge watch your life every time I see you.
Yes, sir.
Right? That's the perfect example. Everyone can understand that.
Yeah.
That visual, that
Yeah.
concept, right?
Yeah.
And we do that. That's like, that is the discourse of society's friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, hey, let's catch up and you download, let's binge watch each other's lives and then we'll dip.
We'll dip. Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yep. Till next season. Yeah.
And I don't, that doesn't register for me, you know, and I think it's very unkind, and it kind of just, you know, it kind of exposes people's intention in their friendships, right? It's like, hey, I just want attention when I want it.
Yes, sir.
I actually don't desire intention.
Yes,
Being
sir.
intentional with me.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's you know, from a space of, I think it's overall
Yeah.
friendships, but
Yeah.
for men especially,
Yes, sir.
right? That's considered weird or too much,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah. It's vulnerability.
It's vulnerability.
Yeah.
It's vulnerability.
Yes, sir.
So maybe the thing behind the thing is like, what I think is important in friendship is vulnerability. Showing up scared.
We got there.
We got there.
No, it's like this is why this is why I respect you so much, and I tell you all the time is like, you know, I think there's so much to be said about, and I've talked to you about this when it comes to your gifts, but also when it comes to, you know, when you value a person, when you love a person, when you care about them, the love you have is not for you. It's meant to be shared with the person that it's for, right? So it's like, one of the things I've developed a practice in is letting people know how much they mean to me, not just in words, but also in action. And what does that look like is like, and I told you this before, is like, I won't require you to manufacture the care or value that I have because my actions and words don't align. You know, it's like somebody, like, to your point, like you said, it was like, oh yeah, you know, we're definitely best friends. You know, you mean so much to me, but I'll see you in 2 years. And it's like, why would I not tend to the soil of what I want to see grow, right? Why do I demand that you figure out that I love you in your own head just because I said it, but also I'm not participating in your life? Because love is a verb, right? There's action behind it.
Yes,
And more often than not, we don't want to take action in our relationships, but we want there to be action,
yes, sir.
right? We want to watch. We want to be entertained, right? We want to be seen sometimes. We want to be heard, but the level of participation we want to exist in, that's where everybody comes to the gate and is like, where's your identification forms? I don't have it, right?
But I expect you to have it.
But I expect you to have it. You should most certainly have it when you come to my gate, right? So that's a really good point that you made about, you know, friendship and vulnerability. I think people get it twisted around what vulnerability is. It doesn't just mean the ability to cry and be sensitive. Again, it also means, hey, I'm going to ask for what I need, or I'm going to say this thing hurt me, or I'm going to say that, hey, I actually don't appreciate that thing. What will it do to this relationship?
Could it potentially shift?
Could it potentially shift?
And be willing to.
Yeah, and be willing
Still be
to
willing
move.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, again, these are the conversations, and the reason why I do appreciate it so much, because it's like we are two grown ass men, who have been really just navigating a very like delicate and also like really cool space where there's so much to still learn about ourselves, but also about each other. And that's the thing I think is like, you know, bigger than anything, consistency, curiosity, and consideration. It's a very interesting trifecta because you will never not walk away with something. You won't come away empty-handed when you are curious about the people you're doing life with, when you are considerate about those people, and when you are consistent, right? So yeah, I think that's really dope. I got some questions, some random questions. You know, we'll do like a speed round.
Shit.
Hang on, let's see, guys, because I want you guys to know my bro.
Bonus round.
Yes, sir. A little bit more
Okay.
than I know him, but like I said, I typically gatekeep the people in my life, but at the same time, there is a certain level of pride I take in the people I have in my life, because what it tells me is that time has not been the definer, right? There's a difference between history and health of a relationship. And you can know people for a long time and realize you didn't know them at all. And you can learn people in a very short time and realize, man, this is a person worth knowing. So I want you to know that you were always a person worth knowing to me. Yes, and also, obviously, to the rest of the world.
Appreciate that.
Period.
Right back at you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Here's a question. Who are you becoming in this season of your life?
Who am I becoming in this season of my life?
Yes, sir.
More of myself.
Okay.
Yeah, more of Mitch Reyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Thank you.
If you could say anything to him, as if you guys were sitting down for coffee, like what would be one line you say to him?
You matter.
Oof. Period. What is something you used to believe about strength that you no longer believe?
That strength requires grit.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the opposite.
Uh-huh.
It requires softness.
Come on. What are you learning to give yourself that you previously looked for from other people?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Yes, sir. What are you learning to give yourself that you previously looked for from other people?
Acknowledgement.
Come on. What does consideration mean to you now?
Can you consider me, or can you think of me? How do you consider me, or how do you think of me when I'm not in front of you?
Come on. Okay. All right. Here's a fun one. What's the quickest way to annoy you?
Turn the AC off.
Noted. Awesome. What's your most irrational pet peeve?
Irrational pet peeve.
Yes, sir.
Irrational pet peeve. Irrational pet peeve. Irrational.
Yes, sir. I could give you one of mine.
Oh yeah, you go for an example.
Sometimes if I'm watching TV and somebody's tie is crooked, like if the tie is not
Yes, sir.
even.
Or like on TV.
On TV.
I believe maybe like you're watching someone.
Oh yeah.
With TV with someone there. They're watching TV. They're like,
Hey,
"You
why
wearing
is
a
your
damn
tie crooked?
Yes,
You know?
You're wearing a damn tie when you're watching TV.
Why are you?
Yeah. Oh, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Oh no, I can't think of. I think the only thing is like when people don't listen to albums start to finish.
Oh, that's. Oh, okay. Because I don't do that. I have been. I will say what I appreciate now is like I've listened to more albums in its entirety since being friends with you, and I think it's been such a it's such a new muscle that I've had to develop because for me it's like I'll hear certain songs and I go about it. But I think it's been really cool knowing you because we've actually had album listening sessions and it has forced me to sit in the discomfort of like listening to something in its entirety. So that's been pretty dope. That's been really cool. Okay.
Cool. You did say irrational, so that's why.
I said irrational.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You can switch tracks if you want to.
What would your warning label say and what would my warning label say? And then I'll give you this and you can ask me a couple questions.
They're the same, handle with care.
Oh, come on now. Yes. Oh, that's dope. Awesome. Pick 5 questions from this entire list and ask me anything. Anything.
5, okay.
Yeah. The audience may learn some things about me today.
What is the funniest difference between us?
The funniest difference between us is The funniest difference, our height.
Come on, man. I'll deal with you after off camera. Oh shit!
I think it's so funny, bro. I think if I'm being honest with you, we have differences, but they pair very well. So it's like we're the same coin but different sides. You know,
Yes,
so it's
sir.
like the differences that we have. I think sometimes is like even how we will see a certain thing from a different vantage point, figuratively and literally.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rude.
So yeah.
Don't be rude.
Yes.
No, I appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
What have you recently realized you were never taught, but now have to learn for yourself?
Ooh. Recently realized I was never taught, but now I have to learn for myself. Oh, man. Damn. I think rest, like something about rest. You know, rest is not a reward, it's a requirement, right? You don't get rewarded rest. You're required to rest so you can show up properly. And rest does not just mean to sleep. Rest means to be mentally sound. Rest means to exist in your relationships that feel safe, where you're not always activated. Your nervous system is not being challenged. Your traumas are not being revisited because of behaviors. You yourself are not self-sabotaging, right, to recreate an environment that you feel the most comfortable in. So I think rest in itself is not a reward thing. And when you do rest, that's not an indication of how lazy you are. Sometimes it's how much you've been doing without taking care of yourself.
Yes,
So yeah.
Boss.
Yeah.
It's number 3. Which one of us is more likely to turn a small misunderstanding into a 3-hour emotional summit?
Oh my geez. I think one of the beautiful things I love about our bond is that we can go there. Either one, and I think what's beautiful, or do you think it's more me doing it?
Hey, I'm asking you the
Oh,
question.
okay. Well, I think one of the things I appreciate about our friendship is that we don't leave safety even when it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? And I think our ability to sit in discomfort and approach conflict with the understanding of like, hey, it's not me versus you, it's you and me versus this problem. And at the end of the day, we're always moving boxes and obstacles out of the way to get closer.
Yes, sir.
I think one of the things you always say is like, how do we get back to us? So the emotional summit is like, hey, whoever has the microphone, whoever has a TED Talk, whoever is feeling wounded and they need care, they have it. So yeah.
Number 4, what is your most unnecessary talent?
My most unnecessary talent. Oh man. My most unnecessary talent. I don't know if at this point, unnecessary talent. don't think I have any. Like, unnecessary? I feel like my talents, they all have mattered, right? They all have contributed. So
All
it's like,
my talents are necessary.
yeah, all my talents are necessary, guys. Like, yeah, this is why you guys have the podcast, because I put all my talents to use. But unnecessary talents,
Talk your shit, King.
yeah, it's like, I think, if I'm being honest with you, so for me, I've always said everything that used to be a hobby now became a part of my profession. So no talents for me have been unutilized, right? When it comes to the podcast, I literally created the theme song, playing my guitar and just strumming along on the keyboards and being able to edit that. When it came to the logo, I designed it. Like, I used to just sketch for whatever, and now like I created that. And even from a visual perspective, like video editing and everything like that. So it's like, there's no unnecessary talent I have.
Being able to mop the floors at 12:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's a good talent. It's like being able to constantly clean and
in unnecessary times.
but that's necessary. For my brain, it's necessary.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Final question.
Okay.
Who are you becoming in this season of your life?
Oh man, I think, man, I am becoming more of, I think I'm becoming more of the friend I've always needed. I'm becoming more of the friend to myself. And what that looks like is, you know, holding myself accountable to what is my work and what is not. And also not being so hard on myself. It's like, bro, you get to have a soft life. This is what you built. And I think I'm becoming an author. I think literally and figuratively, where it's like the narrative gets to be rewritten, and there are a bunch of rewrites that happen, but character development being the most important part to drive the story. You know, so it's like I've really been working on that, and just becoming more of a person that enjoys who I am outside of what I do.
Yes, sir.
And allowing my relationships to mirror that, where it's like, hey, I enjoy you just because you're here. You don't need to do anything. I love that you do show up, but I'm also show up for you too. And you can actually just make yourself at home. So I think I'm becoming more of the person that knows how to clock out. And knows what his job responsibilities are in his relationships, in his life, and also in his own headspace. So yeah, I'm becoming an author in this life for sure.
You are an author.
Come on, bro. Yes, sir.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you for celebrating this 8-year anniversary with me, because the number 8 is the infinity. Funny enough, because I see the number 8, this might be an unnecessary talent, but I see numbers in colors and also genders.
Yes, sir.
And the number 8 for me is purple. So the fact that your favorite color is purple, and that the number 8 is that color for me, and also a very significant number. I just want to let you know how much I appreciate you being here. How much I appreciate you being here. That's the biggest one. And thank you for being a human that's worth knowing, because of how eager you are to know yourself and value who you are. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah, this is a very intimate podcast, and I'm so grateful to have my brother on it. Because, like I said, the first person I had on here was my mom, and she lit it up. Go back and watch that episode. I've had my sister on here too, but I've just had some people that really have shaped my life in some way, who have influenced me and impacted me. Sometimes they get to share with you too. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other.
And take flight.
You did it, y'all. Later.